And the show tonight is going to be packed with interesting conversations about the beautiful game that you love on the beautiful continent. What are we looking at? Match day 6 when it comes to the CAF Confederations Cup and the Total Energies CAF Champions League. It's going down to the wire. There are some mouth-watering encounters, and the wise men will tell you which way they think it will end when the dust settles and who will be in those quarterfinals. Hopefully, we get that information from them there, and we will continue to talk about the Africa Cup of Nations, bids coming in as far as CAF is concerned as to who wants to host the Africa Cup of Nations in 2028. And it may surprise you if you don't know who is throwing their hat into the ring to host those particular events. There's so much more still to talk about, including top goals being scored by our African sons over in Europe. So that's how the show will end. In the studio to give their perspectives, first and foremost at the far post, it's Thomas Gwenaite, our award-winning journo, and TK.
Yebo.
Match day 6.
Yeah.
Is there something in match day 6 when it comes to, I don't even know which of the two to start with the CAF Confederations Cup or the Champions League, but let's start Champions League.
Yeah.
Which one of the games, because there are still like 5 teams that can qualify there in the remaining games.
Yes.
Which game is mouth-watering for you?
MC Alger versus Mamelodi Sundowns.
That's the one. You're a Pretoria man.
Yes.
You're born, raised, you come out of Pretoria.
Quite true, yes.
Is that why?
One of the reasons why, but also for the first time in many years. I mean, Sundowns have qualified for the semi-final, for the knockout stages for almost the last 8-10 years or so. 9
of the last 10 years.
For the first time, Sundowns is not make sure whether they will qualify.
You think?
I think
it's in their hands.
I think if you look at Sundowns this last couple of games, I think their results have not been convincing. I think I have to be honest and say they have not been convincing, and that is why I'm just not too sure if they will make it. They've got to dig very deep. They've got to dig, because Rhulani is coming out, MC Alger is coming out of a victory over the Suda Al Hilal, and he's up on confidence. He's now gone second on. Who knows that he'll go there and keep Sundowns on a half clutch.
Park the bus.
Park the bus and play a 10-1 formation.
Well, we'll talk about that. That's the match that's coming up. Mamelodi Sundowns, MC Alger, lots to discuss. Their closest to TK is in the middle, our football strategist and coach Sudesh Singh. Is that the game that appetizes you the most when it comes to the Champions League?
Thomas, there's too many games, you know. I've never seen both the Champions League and Confed Cup over the last 3 to 4 years. It has just grown in leaps and bounds. Power Dynamos of Zambia.
That situation is
fascinating. The fairy tale story. Early on, you were wearing a younger shirt. Young Africans are also in with the shout. Confed Cup, our very own Kaizer Chiefs, just need a point away to Zamalek. Those are just few of theirs. But there's also a brilliant story, and Mamadou will also add on that. Stade Malien. They're one of the few who have already qualified together with El Ali Pyramids.
Mamadou will talk a little bit about Stade Malien because there's a connection to Côte d'Ivoire in what Stade Malien are doing right now in the Total Energies CAF Champions League. And if you want to get a sense of how big the achievement is, Stade Malien are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And for the last 19 seasons, they've not got out of the group. 19 seasons of not getting out. Finally, they are through. Mamadou, why?
With a good Cameroonian coach, African coach. That's what we are advising to all the clubs. Go for Africa. And today we have so many African qualified coaches. We go for European coaches, they keep failing us. Look at the last AFCON. The 4 semi-finalists, all African coaches. And Stade Malien, they are doing well because their academy is producing good players.
But you're also not telling us the full story. Because isn't there someone who's not African who's producing players there?
Jabar Guillou.
Oh, you see.
Jabar Guillou is an Ivorian.
On the continent
he's
over 20 years.
He's an Ivorian now.
Yes.
Now.
He's got citizenship long time ago.
Officially, though, originally.
But he's not the coach of the team.
But what's he doing?
Tell
the story.
No, he's got the academy, is producing players. You could see some of his players in the Malian national team. You see, we need them there at the youth level to teach, to educate, to produce. But he's not doing it alone again. But you import coach.
Why?
From Germany, Portugal, everywhere.
Why do you hold him in such high regard in Cote d'Ivoire?
Because in Cote d'Ivoire, you could see the golden generation, the Yaya Toure, the Kolo Toure, the Jerzino, the Aruna Dendane, all of them came from the ASEC Mimosa Academy. And since he left ASEC Mimosa, how many players, or where is ASEC Mimosa today? Because of interest, money situation.
And he's now at Stade Malien.
He's in Stade Malien.
Let's go to Group A. Let's talk a little bit about how fascinating Group A is. Pyramids, defending champions. They're through to the quarterfinals, TK.
They are through, and yeah, I think Pyramids have finally proved their pedigree when you look at where they are right now. Defending champions, and they've qualified with a game to spare. Yes, RS Berkane are there as well.
But the interesting thing here, TK, 7 points for Berkane, 7 points for Dynamos.
Yeah.
And for me, the problem here is that Pyramids play Dynamos and Berkane plays the bottom team, Rivers. And Rivers have got 1 point. So, and on top of it, Berkane are hosting Rivers. So surely it's advantage Berkane, where Dynamos have a much tougher trip to have to go to Egypt and play in Egypt.
No.
You never know, Thomas. Pyramids might be, because they know already that they've qualified. They might decide to, you know, to reshuffle their team, and some of their key players try to rest them.
Is this Pyramids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still got a lot of depth there.
That's fine, but look at what happens with Rivers.
But the incentive of winning a game is there.
And you must know Rivers
and Pyramid would not like to disgrace themselves by losing.
Why not? They topped and they can't be overtaken.
They're the defending
top.
champions.
But you're still going to be the #1 team in the group. No matter what. You can lose 10-0 and Pyramids will still be the #1 team in the group. And guys, there's big problems in Egyptian football right now around fixturing, around how many games they have to play, because this is a season that had a Cup of Nations and then also has a World Cup at the end of it. They have to finish their season in May.
Yeah.
And right now, they're all complaining that there's just too many matches as we look here at how Pyramids have been doing the business on the road.
As a champion, they would like to finish the group stage in style.
You got your
no doubt about it.
And that is why I say, who knows that Pyramids could put in 11 players who have not been...
And they will destroy...
But they still have the quality.
They still have the quality.
I think, Thomas, for me, the disappointment, and it shows how far Nigerian domestic league has fallen. You know, Rivers United is the top team in Nigeria, and they go through the whole campaign without winning a game, you know.
1 point.
So I think in Nigeria, there has to be some serious introspection into the league, you know. Rivers United is one of the ones that are well-resourced. They've got good resources.
What introspection? Did you see how tough that group is?
Yes, but still, Thomas, when you look at how Nigeria, they were strong.
It had a former Confederation Cup
used to win
in it, the current winners of the Champions League in it. It is a tough group.
It is tough, but still.
Yes.
To Power Dynamos
have 1 point.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, no, man.
And Imba won it back-to-back. Nigeria was one of the powerhouses in African club football.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say that they are not fit to be in the Champions League. They were supposed to play Confederation Cup.
There's champions of...
But they are the champions in Nigeria.
But they are not fit. You look at the level.
Is it fitness?
No, in terms of quality. Yes. For Nigeria.
So you don't think Rivers can do anything against Berkane?
Thomas, and here the coach, you know,
even if they allow them to play 22 against 11.
Thomas, they coached by Finidi George, the former international.
I say if they allow them.
Finidi George himself said that they don't have the quality to match the other teams.
As we look here at Power Dynamos, who have a little bit of a mountain to climb, they have to play Pyramids. Berkane have the opportunity to play Rivers United in their final game. What have you thought of Dynamos' run?
I think they had a great run so far, and you mentioned it, but they've got the tougher of the two games.
Yeah.
Bakani is playing at home. They play in the bottom of the log, already eliminated Rivers. Dynamo's got to travel away to Pyramids, and Pyramids, obviously, the champions will want to hold on to that #1 spot.
But there's a 100% chance Pyramids are going to reshuffle their team. It will not be.
But still, they have the depth. They have the depth on the bench.
You see, this is now the advantage of winning the last game, because when you are seeded, you end up always playing the last game at home.
Yes.
That is very important. But when you are Dynamos or River, the last game you go away.
Yeah, but
that's part of the seeding.
I think Dynamos can be proud of what they've done so far. When you consider that generally football in Zambia, I think football has gone tremendously down. Even the national team, I think we saw how they performed at the last AFCON in Morocco. But what Dynamos has done up to now, I think they should be proud of, of what they've achieved, and they can build on what.
Proud of not going to the next round.
Yeah, but when you consider where they come from, and in the last couple of years, none of the Zambian teams have been able to qualify for the group stage. Yeah, absolutely. I think Dynamos can build from here going forward.
Let's go on to Group B. And Group B, Al Ahly are through to the quarterfinals of the Total Energies CAF Champions League. However, the fight behind them is a thrilling one to try and secure that final place in the quarterfinals. And it is a straight head-to-head fight between Asfar and Young Africans.
And Asfar have the upper hand, Thomas, so Young Africans has to win at all costs. The surprise has been JS Kabili, former Pirates coach Joseph Zimbabwe. They had a very, very tough run. But also, this has been a very tough group, As you can see, Yanga have been not very consistent there. Al Ahly did the job, but you mentioned earlier the league schedule. Al Ahly actually played last night in the domestic league. So you can see the games are coming thick and fast.
The nice, interesting part here is that Young Africans and Asfar in the head-to-head are equal. They played 1-0 and 1-0. So it is truly alive in terms of the two sides that are chasing for that last opportunity to go through in that group. As we look at Asfar up against Yanga, and this was one of those two 1-0s home and away. I hear Sudesh saying it's advantage Asfar. Is it?
Obviously, because when you're playing your last game at home, it puts you in a very comfortable position. And we know that the North African team are very difficult to beat at home. They put everything, the supporters are there, the environment, and obviously...
But it can also be pressure, Mamadou. It can also be pressure when you play at home, knowing that nothing more than a win guarantees you a place
in the next. But let's be clear about who's home there. Is it not Ali?
No, Young Africans are playing
against JS Kabylie.
Yes.
And then the other match?
Ali and Asfar.
That's what I'm saying. So when you've got Ali being the home side in that game, you have to travel to a difficult place to play one of the great sides of African football. And when I'm looking at Yanga are the ones who are hosting JS Kabylie. So surely there's a bit of hope there for Yanga.
And already out.
Huh?
So yeah, JS Kabylie already out.
No, you can't change now. Just now you told me it was advantage Asfar.
Asfar have an advantage because...
To go to Egypt and play Ali is an advantage.
Remember, in Al Ahly that's already qualified, and they're rotating the squad based on the domestic league.
My worry was that the two sides play for a draw, because they can actually
come to an arrangement.
Have a little bit of a handshake before the game and say, listen,
amen.
We both go through with what a 0-0 draw, and that knocks out Yanga from any opportunity to go through.
It's no longer in Yanga's hand. It's in the hand of these two North African.
But would Asfar, you see, this is the one thing that I'm hoping, that Asfar fight for top place. A win then would take Asfar to the top of the group, and obviously top of the group makes things even better, like you're talking about. You're now the seeded team going into the quarterfinals. That's the one fight that they can say, against an Ali who might decide, well, you know what, we're through regardless of whatever happens.
Even Ali would want to do that, to
Yes.
win, to secure the #1 place.
Yes.
Even to draw to secure the #1
So
place.
surely that's the tougher of the two games then.
It's a must-win for all of them, for all three. Because Al Ali want to finish #1, Asfa want to secure, also get #1, and Yanga have to win to go to #2.
Group C. This is the
Has been the group of death.
Absolutely. Because I can't remember the last time I've seen all four teams
in
alive and with a chance to go through on match day 6. The last match of the group, and everyone in the group from Limpopo all the way up to Al Hilal
everyone has
could get to the quarterfinals depending on the results.
Absolutely. This is one very, very interesting. Anyone there can go to the next round, to the knockout. Even Limpopo, if they do manage to beat Al Hilal, they go through. And MC Alger, if they beat Sundowns, they go through.
And there's even a dynamic that says if they finish on 8 points, these teams, it would be Al Hilal and Limpopo who go through.
Head-to-head.
Based on the head-to-head.
Head-to-head. Ooh, hoo, hoo.
So,
This for me, Thomas, this
however,
group for me is Valentine's Day massacre, because any of those 4 teams.
What's happening though? MC Alger, Mamelodi Sundowns is stealing the headlines.
Yeah.
What's happening behind the scenes? TK, you're the journo. What's going on?
Behind the scenes, what happened is news broke out during the week that Mamelodi Sundowns have suspended their analyst, apparently on allegations that he leaked out technical information to the opposition, to MC Alger.
Why? Why would that even be something?
To Rhulani.
What kind of relationship? Why?
Simply because MC Alger is coached by Rhulani Mokoena, who used to be a coach of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Forever. From an assistant coach to head coach between 2022 and 2024.
Correct. And now that he's in charge of MC Alger, now allegations are that he has a very close relationship with the analyst. And as a result, the analyst is alleged to have given Rhulani technical information, how Sundowns are planning to play the game, how they will be training for this game, how the formation they will be using that. And
does that stuff matter? I mean, really?
But
can that really
Thomas,
change
for me,
the game?
I mean, I wouldn't expect at this level when an analyst or somebody, it's a high level of professional football. Would a guy compromise his job and his reputation to do something like that?
Well, he's being investigated. He has been
But he hasn't been found guilty,
No.
isn't it?
It's just the news just broke the other day.
Yes.
Coach Cardoso, though, at the post-match press conference of Sundowns' last game, did intimate that, he hopes the game will essentially be fair, that the information is not going to, impact on it. He did say words to that kind of effect.
But this was before the news of the analyst.
No, after.
After.
Yeah.
So, there's so much of uneasiness and conspiracy theories. How would the players then concentrate on winning the game?
Well, you have to concentrate. If you're Mamelodi Sundowns...
But with all the off-the-field issues, surely the camp is in crisis, disarray.
So I think Cardoso is already looking for an scapegoat.
To say if he loses, then it's because of that problem.
Yeah. Bringing, even the coach himself, bringing the team into this repeat.
Yeah.
Even if that was the case, you just keep quiet, you keep it quiet, you play your game.
Yes.
But to take such a thing to the public, what are you trying to justify? As a coach, you can change your tactics anytime. What tactics is he talking about? I think this coach...
But if I had a secret weapon and that I was planning and working on the whole 2 weeks saying, you're going to be my secret.
This
is how we're going to surprise
Where was
them.
the secret weapon when the CAF Champions League started?
Yes.
And he find himself number 3.
When they played Al Hilal.
He find himself number 3. Where was the secret
One
weapon?
last thing about this game, and Mickey Jr. coming out on his social media speaking about, and I need to read the name, right, of the referee. Todi Hajani Aina Lomisan Josiano Elvas. He is out of Madagascar.
Yeah.
According to Mickey Jr.'s reports, this is the man who will be refereeing the MC Alger.
He's only 2 years experience.
There you
at
go.
Level.
There you go. He's only been at the CAF highest level of refereeing for 2 years, which essentially means he's an inexperienced referee.
You know, Thomas, one of my key things that I noticed, not just Champions League, also the AFCON, you know, and I think later on we talk about the CAF EXCO meeting, they're talking about referees. I've had this concern for years. You know, you take referees from certain countries, with due respect, they don't have strong leagues. Some don't even have a stable league. And they don't get that experience of handling high-pressure games. And then when it's a AFCON or when it's CAF Champions League, a guy comes from a certain country where the league is not at a high level, and is expected to do a game between, say, Al Ahly and Sundowns or Ivory Coast and Nigeria. You know what I mean?
Why are you saying certain country? Where's this ref from?
No, he's from Madagascar, but I'm saying like around Africa, we know there's certain leagues that are very strong.
So the big games must only be for referees from so-called big countries.
I'm not saying so-called.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, but I'm saying experienced referees who can handle the pressure.
But the African referee of the year, from where? Djibouti.
Yes, but he's been doing a lot of games.
But then Djibouti, which is
there's no strong league at home.
But you must earn your stripes. You must.
There's no strong league at home in Djibouti.
Yes. Thomas, what I'm saying, if they fixture you to do CAF games, Confed Cup or Champions League, work your way up to show you're a quality.
Are you saying this game is too big for? I'm not going to say his name again. But
I would say,
are you saying it's too big for him?
Based on lack of experience, he's only 2 years at this level, and we see it also at the AFCON. You know, you get the referees who are not really at that level to do high-pressure games.
Sudesh, there is a referee, and she's a female, called Letitia Viana. She's from Swaziland, one of the best African referees in the continent. She comes from Swaziland. Does it mean she doesn't qualify to handle a big game?
No, I'm not saying about the country. I'm saying on the experience. How many years has she been refereeing at the high level?
I guess my better question here is, guys,
it's about the experience.
Does this game require the absolute best in terms of a referee with experience? Was that a requirement for
There are so many games. This referee have the badge. He's qualified to ref. Let him go and do his job. You see, this is the shenanigan people brought during the AFCON, starting to suspect all the referees, accusing all the referees. Before a game already, they say, no, the game is won by this team, because of the referee.
I think Mamadou has a point. There was a time when Nigeria were playing, and then a South African referee was assigned, Abongile Tom. Yes. And then Nigeria said, how can CAF bring us Abongile Tom? What happened? Abongile, even the Nigerians after the game said he was the best referee.
These are the things. Go and play your game. All the referees are referees. They are qualified. They have the badge, and they will do their job. As a matter of the fact, the referee that handled the final of the AFCON from DR Congo, the chairman of the CAF referee committee, Olivier,
is from DR Congo.
From DR Congo, was his assistant. All along, his assistant. Now the assistant become the boss. What do you have to say? Let them do their job.
All I have to say is that Group D is fascinating as well. And there is a photo finish brewing in the Champions League when it comes to this group. Yes, Stade Malien, confirmed, they're through. But what's happening behind them
also,
with Esperance and Petro Atletico?
Yes.
What is happening? Both on 6 points.
And Esperance this week sold one of their top players, Okbulu, the Nigerian, to a Libyan club.
I hear all that. They're playing each other. Yeah. They're playing each other. The two teams on 6 points are playing each other.
So it's between the two of them.
They are playing in Tunis.
Yeah. So?
Home advantage.
But it's a football field. It's 11 against 11.
But Petro is not doing well at the moment. They cannot even win home matches. Then,
but all they need is 90 minutes of good performance in this one.
That one belongs to Esperance.
Already?
Yes.
You've decided? That is an interesting decision.
Goalkeeper.
Huh?
Man. The problem is he attended the Ida Peterside School of Goalkeeping.
Leave Ida.
That's the problem with
No,
him.
the problem of Petro also like Sundown. They went to bring all those so-called Portuguese, Brazilian, Venezuela, fill up the team. And they are failing dismally in Africa. That's the problem with Petro also.
I think also, Thomas, for Simba, it's just been a bit unlucky. Steve Barker just arrived, and he had to hit the ground running, you know.
2 points. I think is it 2 points on the road so far?
Yeah,
That's not unlucky.
And then his number one goalkeeper had a serious injury. That's when they put in a bid for Nwabali before he left cheaper, but it was too late.
Pick a side. Esperance, because Mamadou's been clear. He says Esperance are going through. Yeah, they are going to be joining Stade Malien.
Also go with Esperance. At home, the North Africans are very dominant.
TK, nothing for Sekafa there. The Angolans can't do it.
I think anything is possible.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything is possible.
But what will happen?
But what will happen?
What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look at Petro Atletico, they know that if they win, they go through. So what can stop them from winning? Yeah. I hear Mamadou saying they haven't been doing well, but football, there's no therefore in football. So
not with those Brazilian and Portuguese.
So the matches that we'll be bringing your way, what can you look forward to seeing on the World of Champions? They are fascinating games that we will make absolutely sure that you do see. And here it is, Sundowns Alger, Al Hilal against Saint Eloi Lupopo. Oh my goodness, all four of those fighting for a place to get through. Simba versus Stade Malien. Well, nothing to play for in that encounter there. Berkane against Rivers United. Berkane need to win in that one. Pyramids are home and hosed. But Power Dynamos, if they can get a win, could push themselves into the reckoning. Yanga must win against JS Kabyga. Yeah. And if they do, and things happen elsewhere, they could be through to the quarterfinals. We're bringing you incredible action when it comes to the CAF Champions League. Now, let's quickly have a look at what's happening as far as the CAF Confederations Cup, because yes, there are sides that have already made their way through and punched their ticket to the quarterfinals, but there is still plenty of action to look forward to when the groups that don't have that situation. And we start here with what's going on in Group B. Wydad, Maniema, Azam and Nairobi United. Baptism of fire for the new boys, Nairobi United.
Yeah, definitely, Thomas, and no points there. But keep a watch out for Azam. They have an outside chance. They must win. They now
draw.
Or even draw.
Draw
point is enough.
Get a draw and then you are through.
Draw is enough. The problem, though, with draw is enough is that Zamalek must win. Because Al Masri are right behind them by a point and they are playing against Zesco. So you can assume, and again, no disrespect, but let's assume Al Masri win. They go up to 10 points. That would leave Zamalek out if they don't win. Zamalek have to beat Chiefs in order to make their way through there. Chiefs have to get at least a draw to be absolutely safe.
Yeah.
Hey, Mamadou.
The biggest problem of Kaizer Chiefs.
There's a problem.
The problem.
There's no problem in the top of the
There
log.
is a problem.
There's a problem
if
there.
you don't have a coach.
They number one.
You need to have...
The same coaches took
These
them.
same people have got them 10 points.
We don't need caretakers.
These are
10
these are African
points
coaches.
with the
We
caretaker.
don't need the coach that are there.
What they're going to do? I mean, Coach Nabi, they parted ways.
No.
They had to make a plan. The assistant coaches took over the job and have surprisingly,
That's why
look here.
I say, if you want to conquer Africa, you need to have a permanent coach, not caretaker coaches.
This was a stopgap measure. They had to do something. And these guys stood in and they at least took them to number one.
That is where you live in hope, and at the end you're reaching nowhere.
Maybe at the end of the season, the management will sit down. But now they're doing a great job.
The season started long time ago. No, a professional team, club like Kaizer Chiefs, I expect them to have a permanent coach.
They did.
When?
And then they parted ways.
No, how long have they been playing without a permanent coach?
But these guys...
You are a professional coach.
But why get rid of people who have taken you to top of the group?
Appoint them then.
Look at the season they're having. Look at the season they're having. Chiefs are top 3 in South Africa. They haven't had that for a long time. Now they are also on the top of the group And they haven't been in a situation like this for a long time when it comes to continental football. What more do you want?
You are a professional club. Everybody expects you to have a permanent coach.
But you need stability also, Mama. These two were there with Nabi.
Stability,
you can't chop and change.
Stability comes with a professionally appointed coach. Simple as
Maybe end of this
all the top club in the world. You can't go 8 months, 1 year with caretakers coach.
Maybe you have a suggestion who they must appoint, because these two guys have been doing well.
Let them take Sunday Olise. You want a suggestion? I am just throwing a name like that. There are many out there.
Why Sunday Olise?
I am just
He's just throwing a name. He's saying he's available.
Yes, the coaches are there. But appoint as a professional. You see, that's my problem. You cannot be Kaiser Chief and 6-8 months down the line, you're dealing with caretakers.
Can I tell you something, though?
When they win, he speak English. When they lose, he speak French.
That's not true. That's not true. And I will stand up there for Khalil Bin Yusuf. It is not true. What you're saying is not true. But we get the point of what you're saying. And we've known coaches who have done that. We remember Joel Santana, right? Bafana. He used to be the master of...
the master of
when we lose, only Portuguese. Then when we win, I'm speaking. However, Al Masri are saying that, you know, the Chiefs game, the 2-1 victory, they're putting it on a 17-hour flight to South Africa, and bus delays that took place, and they were just... The Coach Cookie is saying, listen, don't look at that against Kaiser Chiefs. That wasn't really the Al Masri that you know. We had to fly 17 hours. There was a delay with the bus for 3 hours. Now, don't look at that. There'll be a different Al Masri on the final day.
Definitely, they will. They're fighting for survival because Zamalek are playing at home. So it's between Al Masri and Zamalek, you know, to secure that spot. Obviously, Chiefs have the upper hand. They just need a point to secure it. But Al Masri is do or die.
What happened to San Pedro? There's a team from Ivory Coast in the Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
Mamadou's so quiet, so quiet. He's very big on Kaiser Chiefs, no noise. There's San Pedro.
Let me tell you, in Côte d'Ivoire...
Group B.
In Côte d'Ivoire, when ASEC is not there, don't mention any other club.
So
San
there's only one
Pedro.
club.
Tell us about San Pedro. What happened? Where?
But let me tell you, though.
Tell us.
San Pedro today has the best academy in Côte d'Ivoire, better than ASEC Mimosa.
But it doesn't show here. It doesn't show here.
With top infrastructure, everything. Now it doesn't show, but the mere fact for them to be in the Champions League
3 points.
is an achievement.
Let me make it clear. 3 points.
Yeah, it's
3
the
points.
achievement.
And
to tell you in time, in the very near future, you will see them there.
But you were saying Rivers United is because in Nigeria football they are not serious. Look at San Pedro.
There's the group. Take a look. There's the group.
Yeah, I know.
There's the group.
Have you ever
10
heard
points behind the top team.
When you say
10 points behind USM Alger.
10 points. They have a project going on. It's a process.
They are building on
and
the
at least
project.
the first team is
So
still
Chiefs don't have a
qualified.
project. There's no project.
No, let me tell you, when you talk of River United, who doesn't know?
Only San Pedro has a project.
No, who doesn't know River United in Africa? Everybody knows that club.
I don't know.
Have you ever heard of San Pedro before?
Are they in the CAF Confederation
Have you ever
Cup?
heard about them before? That tell you they are new kid in the block. Give them
from
space.
the country that were
They
the
are new
previous
kids
African
in
Cup
the
of
block.
Nations champions from Cote d'Ivoire.
We
are expecting fireworks.
No, when you say Chief, everybody knows. River United, everybody knows. San Pedro, you only heard the name
I
this
say,
time.
you know what I hear? I hear San Pedro. I say, where are they from? Then they say Cote d'Ivoire. I say, hey, that's dangerous.
It means you doesn't even know where they are from.
Bafana even played a game there in the AFCON.
Yeah, in the AFCON, in
nice
San Pedro.
stadium they have.
Time for a break. That's what's happening with the action when we speak to the Total Energies Champions League as well as the CAF Confederations Cup. And you do know, the World of Champions is where you have to catch that action, because who will be in the quarterfinals? I really don't know, but I'll be watching it alongside with you. And don't forget that the draw for the next round of the Champions League and Confederations Cup will be on Tuesday. So keep an eye on CAF and their websites and their social media to find out exactly when that draw will be taking place. And obviously, the World of Champions will also show you the draw to see who plays who in the quarterfinals. We'll be back after this. What's taking place? So TK,
Yeah.
there is a story that has to do with the Cup of Nations final, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And you've been bringing that to the table in our meetings. You've been talking about it. What is it that's happening there that's caught your eye?
What is happening is that Senegalese fans during the final against Morocco, they went on a rampage, literally destroying infrastructure in Morocco, breaking down the stadium, and one fan actually lost his life. Now, the Moroccan authorities arrested these Senegalese supporters, and now they are complaining. They say, no, you can't keep us in jail for so long. It's now 3 weeks since the tournament ended, and we are still in jail. Now, I'm saying you cannot go to a foreign country, destroy their infrastructure, and expect to get away scot-free.
So, as we stand now, 18 of Senegal supporters detained, arrested, and still waiting to be told charges and to be dealt with by Moroccan authorities. There is also the rumor that there's a hunger strike taking place. I see here from the lawyer who represents all 18 of them, Patrick Kabou. He says that his clients have only been eating breakfast and they're not having the other meals as part of a fast, and hoping that the Moroccan authorities will tell them the charges.
Believe me, the Moroccan breakfast can keep you for 2 days. That is not hunger strike.
It can't be a hunger strike if you're eating something. Mamadou, what's in the breakfast? What's in the breakfast?
Everything is there.
Is it?
Yeah, the salad, the egg, the rice, the
So you're
chicken.
okay for the whole day?
That's hotel food. We're talking about
This is prison, Mamadou.
Mamadou, you are not in prison. However,
But Thomas, also,
I don't know where to stand on this.
there was also a strike by the Lawyers Union of Morocco that delayed that further. And then they tried to delay it. There was interpreters in French and Arabic. And some of them said they don't even understand French, which is strange. So the Senegalese embassy recently had intervened.
Bottom line is, 18 still there. Real issue as well is, how did you end up in prison? Because you did something wrong, right?
They did something
If you just
wrong.
came supported, now not worrying about the referee's decision and storming the field and wanting to get into trouble,
Property.
you'd be home.
My point exactly. Otherwise, if they had been at home and watched the tournament on the Super Sport channels, they would have by now they would still be at home. But they go there. Why interfere with the decision of, if as a sportsman, win or lose, you accept the result. You don't have to go to a foreign country, even if it's not in a foreign country, at your own country. You cannot, when you don't agree with the referee's decision, then you start destroying the infrastructure. That is hooliganism.
But the coach that started the whole thing, I was...
Who will be the actual host of the final match of the 2030 World Cup? Spain saying, you see what's happening.
The Africans...
Give it to us. Hey, FIFA, give it to us. We don't have such. Yeah. However, 2028, guys, we are seeing that 2028 bids are putting in as to who is going to host the Africa Cup of Nations in 2028. This was what happened as far as 2027 was concerned. And 2027, we understand that there are inspections. CAF are on the ground in Uganda, in Kenya, as well as in Tanzania to see and make sure that things are on track. What are you hearing? What are you hearing, Sudesh?
No, the team is there, as you rightfully mentioned. They're looking at the infrastructure, the pitch quality, security, safety, training facilities. And Mamadou mentioned that there's a CAF Exco meeting tomorrow. They will probably give a report at that Exco meeting on how the facilities are shaping up.
look how happy this was. The handing over of the flag of CAF.
But the
to
inspection
those three
team will
nations.
be there until the 17th of February.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Kenya here, Mamadou. This is in Kenya.
Let me
Look,
tell you.
look with your eyes.
Yes, it's not about the stadium. Now,
Where do we play soccer?
my point is,
Where do we play soccer?
It's what?
like they say, infrastructure.
We play at the stadium.
But how do you reach the stadium?
Yeah, you can walk.
Walk.
From where?
Where? From where?
You can walk.
From the airport.
Now, the point is, I've been asking, and I know all the time. Now, it's 3 countries. The inspection team is there. When we finish in Kenya to go to Uganda, do they drive? They are flying. To go to Tanzania, they
What's
are
your
flying.
point?
So what do you mean in
The
the
point
road
If I'm in
network?
Joburg and I need to see something in Cape Town, I'm flying.
But these are 3
Mamadou,
countries hosting.
Are you talking about the road network?
Yes.
Are not well developed.
They must drive to see how supporters are going to suffer.
But those countries are working on those aspects of it.
You go on
governments are
inspection and you fly from country to country. Do you know the state of the
But
road?
I'm
Because
sure
your
the-
job is the infrastructure
Yes.
for the
It's
match.
not
It's not the country's infrastructure.
road is-
It's for the match,
road
for the
is-
games.
how do
I need
you
to make
reach
sure
the
the
game?
hotels are fine, the airports are fine.
Training
I have to make sure
facilities.
training facilities are fine. I can't be now worrying about whether you've got potholes.
Hey, you have to worry about the road everywhere.
Okay, then
Mamadou,
South
also-
Africa is in trouble, Mamadou.
Thomas,
because
also
we're
we
trying
must
to
be
bid
fair.
for 2028 and we've
can't-
got potholes.
Thomas,
so
we
then we've
can't
got
expect
problems.
every country to be like Morocco. Morocco had been
It's not
well developed,
about being Morocco.
but have at least a certain level of
That's why
infrastructure.
I said
But
take
it's not
the
to
road.
say they
I'm
don't
gonna leave
have
the road.
No,
infrastructure.
I
I'm going to
said
leave the
take
roads.
the
I'm leaving the
road.
roads. I'm saying
Take the
everybody has
road
bad
and
roads.
tell us if you leave Uganda going
Everybody
to Kenya
has
by
bad
road.
roads. I'm leaving the roads. We have bad roads here in South Africa.
2028.
Trust me, I've lost tires on bad roads. I know. But 2028, the bids are coming in.
Yeah.
We're understanding because there was Morocco were going to host 2028
Yeah.
because they want to use it as preparation for 2030 and the World Cup.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like Africa are saying, no, it's fine, we're coming back. Africa's saying, no, wait, bros.
Yeah.
Bros, wait. We also want. Who wants?
I think South Africa has teamed up with Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Namibia to submit a bid. Apparently because North Africa has hosted, and West Africa through Ivory Coast has hosted, and East Africa, it will be, 2027, the Pamoja group.
And
then
Cameroon before.
Central Africa has been Cameroon, who hosted in 2019.
time for-
Now it is the 10 of COSAFA. And as a result, South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Namibia has submitted an official bid. And I believe there is
Ethiopia
also
on the table.
Ethiopia is on the table
And
as well.
Morocco are on the table.
Morocco as well want to host the 2028.
Hey.
So
I think for Southern Africa it's good. Mamadou, don't worry, the roads are okay. We can
He
drive
told
to
you
Botswana.
about the pothole.
No, that's here in the corners. But the main ones, we can drive to Botswana, we can drive to
He told you
Namibia.
already, not me, from South Africa.
But besides the road network, Thomas, I think the Southern Africa bid will be good
Do you
because
think Namibia
it will.
Namibia
No,
will
they'll
be
build
ready?
stadiums. They'll have a
but the
FIFA
roads
stadium.
in Namibia are very good.
They'll work on that, Mamadou.
Stadium.
The stadium, I think for me, the main thing, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe will upgrade the
I
stadium.
like it because
Yes.
what it prevents, though, is instead of saying, okay, maybe Namibia wants to host by themselves or Botswana wants to host by themselves, it will create an opportunity where they may only need to upgrade or build one stadium.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that one stadium will be the home of football for that
At least
nation.
the national team will
and
then play.
CAF, and all their matches can go to a high
Absolutely.
standard because you only have to build one.
Yeah.
But if you're
Correct.
going to host the tournament alone as Namibia, you need 8 stadiums. And suddenly it becomes too expensive and you don't bother to do that. So this joint bid thing
Yes.
is
Good thing.
great for the region
Yes.
and great for football and great for CAF. And you have to say it's in keeping with what Dr. Patrice Motsepe said when he said why we're going to East Africa,
Developing
why we're trying to
infrastructure,
develop
stadiums.
infrastructure.
In Morocco, he had a meeting with President of Football Association.
Yeah.
He told them that it was in Cameroon,
Yes, Central Africa.
it was in Cote d'Ivoire, WAFU.
West Africa, yes.
It's going to East Africa, and it should now be
The turn of Southern Africa.
Yeah.
COSAFA.
COSAFA, correct, yeah.
Let's see.
Simple as that.
Well, there's still decisions to be made, and you can rest assured that Morocco will be saying, but we want to prepare for an African World Cup. And 2028 would be a great opportunity to make sure that Morocco is in
Even
a good place.
2027.
Not even. That's going to the east.
Hey, if you are
I'm going
not
to a break.
ready, it
I'll be
will
back
take
with more right
another-
after this.
No, they're ready,
Stay with Soccer Africa. Africans abroad are doing the business, and we need to start out with a young man who is unsung, because maybe you're not watching enough of the football that we bring you out of Italy from the Serie A. But he's fighting hard to try and keep his team Lecce from relegation, and I am talking about Lamik Banda, the Zambian